अस्सलाम वालेकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। उम्मीद करता हूँ तमाम देखने और सुनने वाले खैर वाफियत से होंगे और ठीक ठाक होंगे। जी नसरीन, जैसे कर जाते हैं कि हम रोजाना आपके सामने एक नई वीडियो और एक नए टॉपिक के साथ मौजूद होते हैं। तो आज का हमारा टॉपिक है द आर्ट ऑफ स्टोरी टेलिंग एंड द टीचिंग, हाउ टू यूज स्टोरी कैप्चर एंड स्टोरी अटेंशन इंस्पायर अपॉन लर्निंग। तो इसी हवाले से हमारी डिस्कशन होगी। चलते हैं चैट जीपीटी की तरफ और आज के इस मौजू का जो है वो आगाज़ करेंगे और इस टॉपिक के ऊपर डिस्कस करेंगे। हमारे पास एक टॉपिक होता है जो हम चैट जीपीटी और माया जो है ये एआई टूल्स हैं, आप बखूबी इनको जानते होंगे। हम इनसे डिस्कशन करते हैं, उस टॉपिक के रेलेवेंट क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं और फिर वो उस चीज़ को एक्सप्लेन करते हैं। तो चलते हैं हम चैट जीपीटी की तरफ और उससे इस टॉपिक का आगाज़ करते हैं। सुगल यू स्टार्ट इन दिस सेक्शन। हेलो चैट जीपीटी, हाउ आर यू?
मैं बिल्कुल बढ़िया हूँ। आपका क्या हाल है? अगर आपको किसी भी तरह की मदद या चर्चा चाहिए तो बेझिझक बताइए, मैं खुशी से आपकी सहायता करूंगा।
ChatGPT, today this is my topic that the art of storytelling and the teacher, how to use story and capture student attention, inspire learning. Discuss this topic.
बिल्कुल, ये बहुत दिलचस्प
And
है टॉपिक।
English, ChatGPT in English talk with this my topic.
Of course, we can definitely continue in English. So, diving into the art of storytelling and teaching, it's all about using narratives to make lessons more engaging and memorable. Stories can help students connect emotionally with the content, foster empathy, and simplify complex concepts. If you'd like, we can explore specific strategies, challenges, and benefits in detail. Just let me know how you'd like to proceed.
My first question, how does storytelling and function as connective tool enhance student engagement and the memory retention? Critically analyze and the storytelling more effective than traditional lecturing in the center learning context.
Absolutely. Let's break that down. How does storytelling function as a cognitive tool to enhance student engagement and memory retention? Storytelling leverages the brain's natural affinity for narratives. When information is embedded within a story, it creates emotional connections and context, making the content more relatable and easier to remember. Stories often engage multiple areas of the brain, including those related to language, emotion, and sensory experiences, which helps deepen understanding and retention. Additionally, stories can make abstract or complex concepts more concrete and memorable by weaving them into relatable contexts. Critically analyze why storytelling can be more effective than traditional lecturing in certain learning contexts. Storytelling often outperforms traditional lecturing because it actively engages students, making learning more interactive and immersive. While traditional lectures tend to be passive, stories invite students to think critically, empathize with characters, and connect personally with the material. This emotional engagement can lead to better comprehension and long-term retention. Additionally, storytelling can simplify complex topics, making them more accessible and relatable. In summary, storytelling harnesses the power of narratives to make learning more engaging, meaningful, and memorable, often providing a richer educational experience than traditional methods. If you have any more questions or want to explore further, just let me know.
ChatGPT, my next question is, what does storytelling, creative, emotional intelligence, and sport deeper learning? And how can story adopt the suit desired learning style and multiple intelligence? Analyze the role of matrix structure behind conflict resolution effective of the teaching.
Great questions. Let's dive into each one. How does storytelling foster emotional intelligence and support deeper learning? Storytelling naturally engages students' emotions by presenting characters, conflicts, and resolutions that resonate on a personal level. This emotional engagement helps students develop empathy, understand different perspectives, and connect more deeply with the material. As a result, students are more likely to engage in reflective thinking and internalize lessons on a deeper level, which supports long-term learning and personal growth. How can stories be adapted to suit different learning styles and multiple intelligences? Stories can be tailored to various learning styles by incorporating different elements. For example, visual learners can benefit from vivid imagery and illustrations. Auditory learners can engage through storytelling and tone of voice, and kinesthetic learners can be involved through role playing or interactive activities. Similarly, stories can be adapted to cater to multiple intelligences such as linguistic, logical, mathematical, spatial, musical, interpersonal, intrapersonal, and naturalistic intelligences. By doing so, teachers can ensure that every student finds the connection with the story, enhancing overall engagement and understanding. Analyze the role of narrative structure, beginning, conflict, resolution in effective teaching. The classic narrative structure helps in making lessons more compelling and memorable. The beginning sets the stage and introduces characters or concepts, capturing students' attention. The conflict presents a challenge or problem that stimulates curiosity and critical thinking. The resolution provides closure and understanding, reinforcing the lesson. This structure not only keeps students engaged, but also helps them process information in a logical and cohesive way. In essence, storytelling is a powerful pedagogical tool that can enhance learning by connecting with students on multiple levels. If you have more questions or want to explore further, just let me know.
Okay, ChatGPT, my next question: in what ways can digital storytelling enhance traditional teaching method and critically assess the balance between entertainment and educational value in storytelling?
Great questions. How can digital storytelling enhance traditional teaching methods? Digital storytelling combines multimedia elements such as images, audio, video, and animations to create engaging and immersive narratives. This can significantly enhance traditional teaching by making content more dynamic and accessible. For instance, digital storytelling can bring historical events to life, illustrate complex scientific concepts, or provide a platform for student creativity. It also allows for greater student participation, enabling them to create their own digital stories, thereby fostering deeper engagement and understanding. Critically assess the balance between entertainment and educational value in storytelling. While storytelling can be highly engaging, it's important to maintain a balance so that the entertainment doesn't overshadow the educational purpose. Effective storytelling should engage students while still promoting objectives, and that the educational content is clear and purposeful. When done right, digital storytelling can seamlessly blend entertainment and education, making learning both fun and impactful. In essence, the goal is to create stories that captivate and educate, ensuring that the students remain engaged while also gaining valuable knowledge. If you'd like to explore further or have more questions, just let me know.
Okay, ChatGPT. My next question: discuss the ethical responsibility teacher when using real life and story in teaching. How can the storytelling contribute and long-term knowledge uh, retention compared to rote learning?
Great questions. Discuss the ethical responsibility of a teacher when using real life stories in teaching. When incorporating real life stories, teachers must be mindful of privacy, consent, and sensitivity. It's essential to ensure that any personal information shared is done so respectfully and with the appropriate consent. Teachers should also be cautious about the potential impact of these stories on students, ensuring that they are age appropriate and do not cause distress. Furthermore, teachers should strive to present stories in a balanced and unbiased manner, avoiding stereotypes or potentially harmful biases. Ultimately, ethical storytelling should aim to educate, inspire, and respect the dignity of all individuals involved. how does storytelling contribute to remember the content because it's tied to a narrative that makes it relatable and engaging. In contrast, for learning often context. Ultimately, storytelling promotes deeper understanding and retention. In summary, storytelling not only makes learning more engaging, but also more impactful, helping students retain knowledge in a meaningful way. If you have more questions or want to dive deeper, just let me know.
Okay, ChatGPT. My next question in this topic related. What limitation does
Absolutely.
storytelling in the have standard exam or an oriented education system?
That's a great question. What limitations does storytelling have in a standardized exam oriented education system? One limitation is that standardized education often prioritizes memorization and objective assessments, which can conflict with the subjective and qualitative nature of storytelling. Stories are often open ended and may not fit neatly into the rigid structure of standardized tests, making it challenging to assess learn outcomes in a uniform way. Additionally, storytelling can sometimes be time consuming, potentially limiting the time available for test preparation and other curriculum requirements. Furthermore, the focus on standardized testing can sometimes discourage teachers from using creative teaching methods like storytelling, as they must align with the standardized curriculum. In summary, while storytelling is an invaluable educational tool, its integration into a standardized exam-focused system does present some challenges. If you have any more questions or need further clarification, feel free to ask.
ChatGPT, thank you this topic related discussion and to give me explanation. Thank you, ChatGPT.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I could help. If you have any more questions in the future or want to dive into more topics, just let me know. Have a great day.
तो जी नाज़रीन, जैसे कि थैंक यू चैटजीपीटी। नाज़रीन, जैसे कि आप जानते हैं कि हमारी डिस्कशन हुई चैटजीपीटी के साथ। उम्मीद करता हूँ तमाम देखने और सुनने वालों को आज का टॉपिक काफ़ी दिलचस्प लगा होगा। ज़िंदगी रही टॉपिक के साथ फिर